Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh said today that Gaza is on the way to ending the blockade and that there will be no political price for humanitarian aid to the Strip. But Israeli Defense Minister Avigdor Liberman said there's only one standing arrangement, and that is the current reality on the ground.
I repeat, yes, we are talking to the Egyptians, the UN, and other international actors. For me, there's only one type of arrangement, and that's the reality on the ground. And if they want to reach a general deal, a precondition is an agreement on the issue of our prisoners and missing.
I feel with the grace of God that this stability, resistance, and these marches, that we are very close to ending this unjust blockade.
I'll start with you, Simcha. Why is the government doing these acrobatics to deny that they're talking to Hamas?
I don't think they're talking. Yeah, last week we said that, okay, ceasefire, there is agreement. Since then, we know there were shootings, there are still fires. Basically, the situation stayed the same. There is no, there's a up and down, sometimes more, sometimes less, but there is no real agreement.
You don't think the government is going out of its way to prove that they're not talking to Hamas, even though it's indirectly in the
I don't think they're talking. I think that
they are talking. Come on.
I really don't think. I think that Hamas understands through the actions of Israel that always said that there is no interest in making this a new war. And if Hamas wants it not to be a war, and I guess that's what they want, they will stop firing, and that's what happened.
So you're saying the tough responses from the IDF is that's what made the Hamas understand that it's better to go to a ceasefire?
We had fire this week. We had shootings.
So they don't understand it?
No, Israel shot at attempts to break the...
Mr. Rothman, don't be so naive, okay? Hamas is stopping the fire because they are getting something, and the Israeli government is not willing to tell the Israeli public what exactly they're willing to give the Hamas.
What do you think they're getting?
They're getting something.
They're easing restrictions.
Let's say like this, at this point, today is the holiest holiday for the Islamic world, Eid al-Adha, and I saw Ismail Haniyeh is speaking in Gaza and spoke about the very close negotiations that is close to the end, and at this point I believe more Ismail Haniyeh than I believe the government of Israel. They're getting something. They're getting some kind of arrangement regarding electricity, the borders, passing Egypt. They're getting something. We'll wait and see what exactly they're getting. And they started this harassing Israel through protests on the border. And the ending, we're getting something. So they won't.
I am only worried if they will get more than what they had before. If they did all this, they got people, they got dead people, they got, and they didn't gain anything more than if they will start delivering trucks like it should, like they did before. If they will renew the electricity like they had before. What did they got? They didn't get anything. It's back to
square one.
Back to square one. Right. And I'm fine with it.
I want to ask you, put on your political pundit hat, Chaim. Does this arrangement with Hamas, if there is an arrangement with Hamas, expose the prime minister on his right wing? I mean, could it hurt him in the polls?
First of all, stop saying if there is negotiation with Hamas. Second, I saw today...
No, I'm saying if it comes to fruition. Because right now it doesn't look a little iffy. You have to agree.
On some website, while I saw a poll today that maybe, if I remember correctly, 40% of Likud voters are against what's going on in Gaza. But I will say like this, in the end of the war in 2000...
What do you mean what's going on? Against an arrangement?
Yes. They're very... You see in all the media, in all the social media, a very hard criticism from the right and the actions of the Prime Minister. But I will say, in the end of 2014 war, there was the same feeling of ending a 50 days war without any kind of achievement. And a few months after that, it was an election. Netanyahu got his biggest achievement. So I don't know.
I agree. I think maybe some people. I don't think it's a majority. I don't think I'm even doubting the 40%. But I don't think most of the people want to change the situation in Gaza completely. There are consequences to bringing a new game into town. There are extreme risks in doing so. You're not getting excited by the status quo, and the best achievement that Netanyahu can get is the status quo.
Right.
So no one will be excited from the right and from the left.
You agree with that?
I think Netanyahu's problem that is promised to do a different thing with Gaza from the past is chasing him now into this prime minister office. And he has a PR problem, but, 1-2 speeches, he will say something about the left.
He'll fix it. All right, let's